Hello there, Captain Canada here, or Joseph, if you prefer. Welcome to another episode of Walk Talk. I want to get on with the squats, but as always, I have totally forgotten to come up with the fact about the walk. Um, hmm, Let me think. I guess the fact that I'll cheat. I am preparing to walk to Beaver Lodge. That's why I'm doing these squats. And yesterday I walked to Claremont, just to Claremont and back for a little light exercise to keep myself primed and ready to go, kind of thing. But I got to amp it up a little bit if I'm going to be ready for going to Beaver Lodge. So I got to both not wear myself out and amp things up. I got to go on that steady scale of progression. And the fact is, uh, I'm not doing a very good job advertising my walk for lost loved ones. I should have a sign with me all the time, like immediately as soon as I'm off work. But now I've attached my signs to my pallet, and so I'll only be able to carry that sometimes because you can't carry that everywhere. You'll wear yourself out. But let's do the squats. I'm wearing myself out just standing here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alrighty. And that was a fact about the walk with my feet rather than cooking walk, because it'll be a fact about one or the other. But we're here to do a continued reaction to our friend Aaron, who is no longer nameless. And it's his reaction to a Phoenix Jones documentary. And it's a lot of fun. I just enjoy doing this on my lunch hours. There's nothing I'd rather be doing. And I'll be a little sad when I finally get finished with my reaction because this is just cool. But I will move on to other reactions to real life superhero stuff because I want that to be a big part of my channel. But feel free to check out Super Sweet Shirt Co. That's Aaron's channel. And Aaron will be the handsome gentleman in the corner once I get rid of all this play pause shit here. Let's see. What else do I have to say? That should be all I have to say for now. Like I mentioned in my little factoid that was kind of cheating because it's just something to talk about rather than a real fact about the walk. I did walk in heavy wind yesterday. That was the main reason why I didn't want to carry the pallet yesterday, because I don't want to injure myself because the wind is like 40 kilometers or more. And I have walked in heavier winds than that. That was what made me fail my first trip to Beaver Lodge years ago, was the wind. But I made it on the second attempt. But the wind helps you prepare for when there's no wind. I kind of wish I had brought the pallet out because all that extra resistance and extra force, it's like carrying extra weight. It's great when it's not there anymore, but you can't feel the relief of not carrying something or not fighting something if you didn't fight with it, you know? You got to be pissed off to calm down, you know? If you're just calm, you're not calming down, you just are calm. But the process of being relieved, having that pressure relieved, of not having to fight the wind. Because when I was walking home at night, the wind was gone after a whole day that was really windy, and I was just having to relearning cape physics, you know. And at one point in time, there were these weird updrafts that were like holding my cape up like high, like almost like it was a fence behind me, and it was weird. It's like I didn't know what to do with it. I just kept walking, and but I've never had updrafts like that before, and it's like, okay, this is something that would be a problem when I'm walking with the pallet, and I know that. That's something I'm used to. I've worn the cape a lot. I've worn a cape more than most people in the modern age. And I don't mind the goofy moments where a cape gets wrapped around my head. Most of the time, I can correct it by just turning around and having the wind push the cape back down again in the opposite direction. And then I can kind of grab hold of it a little bit and control it from one side or the other. But enough about me. This has been way too long of an intro. We're over 5 minutes in, so sorry for people who are here to continue our reaction to Real Sweet Shirt Co. I mean, Aaron's awesome reaction to Phoenix Jones and his adventures. Let's get into it already, because the longer I waste, the longer it's going to take to finally finish this mini series within the series. But it gives me a little break from things like doing the squats and. But I do need a lot of practice with that. But enough of that. Let's watch this. Oh, I got to crank it. Got to crank that volume. I hope I'm still being loud enough. Okay, that should be good. All right, let's get going.
Get taken advantage of on a regular basis, and that needs to stop.
Second part of the answer, awesome. First part of the answer worries me. Anytime anyone says needs to be taught a lesson, I get uncomfortable. Your demeanor doesn't strike me as generally violent type. You know, it could be the Clark Kent glasses throwing me off. We don't get to teach lessons. We get to stop people perpetrating crimes, and we get to give them to the authorities that are supposed to uphold the values that we all voted for.
His patrols became highly systematic. A weekly
The average person can have some serious vengeance in their heart, and it's often because they've been wronged. I'll just carry on.
schedule.
Oh no, don't glitch out on me now. Technical difficulties. Come on, don't fuck me. Technology, please. Let's not get caught up in technical difficulties.
Was posted with each patrol group consisting of a team leader, a medic, and a radio operator. Phoenix claimed the movement now included a legal team, although to what capacity I'm not sure. Aspiring heroes would be subjected to a probation period, and they would be unable to even choose a name or a costume until they joined in 15 patrols, stopped a violent crime, assisted in a medical situation, ran the GoPro, ran the live stream, and written several patrol logs. At this point, the team would take a vote to determine whether the
I would be, by those standards, I would be completely unqualified, according to Phoenix Jones, to call myself Captain Canada. Well, maybe I should go over those. I don't know if I'd be completely unqualified, but I don't know what he thinks of people who are out there without his standards, you know? Like, I know he calls people real-life sandwich handlers, but I think as long as I'm not crossing him or going against his way of doing things, I wouldn't think he would have a major problem with me. But maybe he thinks I'm a total joke or has no idea that I exist. That's much more likely that he doesn't know I exist. I don't know why I would even think that he gave a shit about Captain Canada. Yeah. I'm just rambling. I shouldn't do that because we got to hurry up.
applicant became a full member.
With this application, you're extremely underqualified. But the part of it that I do like is it was really well thought out. As far as joining the main group of the RCSM, I think you would probably end up getting permanent.
The majority of video logs on Jones's YouTube channel were uploaded during this period. On the surface, their operation seemed to be running more smoothly than ever. A lawful, by-the-book protocol enforced by Jones, diligent documentation, regular check-ins with the radio operator and other heroes.
I'm close enough to Red to make contact. Should I do that? Over?
And thanks to the generosity of their fans, they were able to record evidence of most
Probably not. Over.
encounters, which seemed to result in a much healthier relationship with the Seattle police.
Officer Floyd. Hey, we have a video of the beginning of those guys over here pretending to flash or even maybe flashing the real gun. And there was a little altercation. I also confiscated some black tar heroin off and threw it down a.
Oh, yeah. Happy 420, everybody. Like, holy shit, it's the greatest day of the year. Alrighty, let's keep watching this.
Can you imagine what it's like to be an officer of the law? like you get up every day and you kiss your daughter goodbye and your wife or your husband if you're a female cop goodbye, and you put on your weapon and you get in the car and you go home. You don't know if you're going to be back, you know, because you're out fighting. You're in the shit. You're in danger every day. You don't know if you're going to come back and see your family. It's a serious thing. But while you're out, you have to show up to calls where Phoenix is there and his costume. you gotta question like what where you are in life when that's going on.
I got all that on video if you need it. Yeah, I got it on video if you need that.
Recovering stolen bikes, addressing medical concerns others simply ignored, exposing individuals to.
Hey, if you're just joining, I see we have a new person in here. This is our first stream on Kick. We used to do TikTok Live, YouTube Live. I just because of how annoying things are, I am sticking to Kick here. We were watching the Phoenix Jones documentary. This is a real life superhero who did real life crime fighting back in 2010. This is real. This is 100% real. This is a documentary about his rise to fame and his eventual demise. But right now we're kind of in the middle. Phoenix is he's gotten into some trouble with the law. He's got a crew of superheroes now that he's patrolling the streets with. Things are getting a little bit uncomfortable with him.
Eliciting sex acts from the homeless.
The crazy thing is, I got a masked man calling me.
Yeah, that's the crazier. Like, oh, you made a homeless crack addict to suck your dick. That's crazy. It's on tape.
On slow crime nights, they handed out sandwiches, in contrast to Jones's previous disparaging remarks. However, things were not quite as harmful.
See, he did the real life sandwich handler thing, so it's like, oh, how the mighty have fallen. But no, he just got real and realized what needed to be done. And it's like, I appreciate an evolution in tactics.
Harmonious as they seemed. An argument over a helmet, which El Caballero accused Phoenix of stealing, caused his longtime sidekick to abruptly leave the group. But most shocking of
They actually got it right in this documentary. A lot of people claim it was a sombrero that was the thing that made their fantastic partnership end, because he was one of Phoenix Jones's like closest allies, and then because Phoenix Jones kind of ripped him off in a way. Like, he lost the helmet. Apparently his car got repossessed or something like that, or towed, and the helmet was inside, and he was too embarrassed to say anything. But it's like, you still, like, it's still your fault. Like, if you would have just told him, he probably wouldn't even like put you on the handle for it or anything like that. Like, shit happens. But the fact that you don't tell him, and then it acts like his whole problem was El Caballero's problem was he was the one who got ripped off, and then everyone's treating him like it's weird, like the fact that something was done to him, like just because you're a real life superhero doesn't mean you can't be a victim of bullshit. And I'm not going to say he's a victim of a crime, because that was like a gray area. It wasn't stolen. He left it there. Like, sometimes, like, you lost and found, like, finders keepers, losers weepers. The losers weepers part is cruel, but it's like losing something is a way to lose something, if you know what I mean. Like, if you forget something somewhere, sometimes you lose that thing. And I'm not blaming him for that, because he thought it was with a person he could trust. And maybe he would have gone and got it immediately if he thought there was any issue. But apparently he couldn't trust Phoenix Jones as much as he thought. And that's the thing about real life superheroes is, well, we might let you down sometimes because we're human. But you still got to own up to your shit. Like, if you fuck up and somebody loses their gear because of you, like, you should own up to that. I've lost some really important gear because of the way my Walk for Lost Loved Ones was originally dismantled by the police. Well, by my dad kind of abusing the authorities and claiming I was suicidal, and they had to treat me like I was a threat to myself and others. But they just left all my stuff out to be picked apart and destroyed by the public, and that's just how they do things. I call that the homeless rapture. Is you see like piles of stuff laying around and people go, "Oh, the homeless are so dirty." And it's like, no, they were carrying that stuff, and then they were abducted, and then all their shit was left to lay around, and that person maybe is still locked up. Maybe they forgot where they were at the time when they got picked up. Maybe there was some drugs involved. Um, but the fact that the city knows where most people are staying at the shelter and they don't make an effort to at least move this stuff to the shelter to some capacity where people can find it is ignorant. And it's like, I was in a situation, I wasn't living in the shelter. I had a house, and find me or charge me for the moving fee or whatever, but don't just leave my stuff out to be destroyed and stolen. I carry almost nothing now because I don't want to lose it. But there are things that I carry that I do not absolutely want to lose in any way, shape, or form. But you get picked up by the authorities because of a phony call to the police or the phony call to the crisis response team. There's not much you can do. Like, you can try to run from the authorities, but they have all the power to protect you from yourself. And you can't, like, don't try to get away from them. They'll only have to try to fucking kill you because they think you're dangerous, and they'll ruin your reputation. They'll ruin your reputation just by picking you up. People don't need to know the circumstances of why you were picked up or whether or not you get a clean bill of health afterwards. They just see you getting picked up, and then you are now a drain on the resources. You are now using our society's resources, and you're a drain on the system because you didn't get help sooner. And it's like, it's forced upon you because of the actions of other people. And people will blame you for it till the end of the days. They blame me for it anyways. I'm not going to say everyone's story is the same as mine, but that's what happened to me. And once again, I've gone on rambling, but I do want to tell my story. So let's continue for just a short time.
All was the sudden departure of Purple Rain. In November, Purple Rain made a social media post stating that she and Jones were separating and would not be working together on any future projects. Purple Rain opted to keep the details of their separation private, a difficult boundary between public and personal life when the two have so much overlap. But her fans seemed to respect her decision. With the loss of his two closest...
What is it like when you're dating another female superhero who's out fighting crime as well? Like, what is this? What is this like? I've dated some crazy women in my life, but not one that fought crime. That's a whole different level of crazy. That's a different thing.
allies, Jones found himself unable to stop a growing mutiny of disgruntled heroes, ready to expose the flaws of their leader and ultimately bring about the end of the Rain City superhero movement for good.
Legion, I just want to beat the fuck out of this guy.
It's not worth it.
God, I'm having one of these moments right now. Come on.
You could put that on a t-shirt. I just want to beat the fuck out of this guy. Quote from Phoenix Jones. like I'm sorry I keep pausing it when we're barely making it anywhere, but this is basically the end of the recording. I just thought that was really funny. I'm Captain Canada, Joseph Arthur Roszell. I want to thank you for watching. I want to wish you all luck in the world. I love you, and I want you to know that suicide is never the answer. Peace out for now.